Good evening and welcome to round 8 of the UK SimRacers MX5 League on Tuesday night live from the Hungaroring in Hungary. So I'm James Parfitt and I'll be guiding you through all the action this evening, which I cannot wait for, as always, every single Tuesday. As you can see on the right-hand side of your screen is the current schedule. So next week we will be at Circuit Zolder. Then on to the 16th of August we'll be going to Suzuka West. Then on to the Nürburgring GP. And then we round out the season at Silverstone National Circuit. So there you go. The Hungaroring, current track length 4.33 kilometers. And set into the country of Hungary, of course, as well. I would pronounce the city, but I don't want to offend it. But I'm going to have a go. I think it's Mogorod. There you go. Let's go with that. And 236 meters above sea level. Current temperature is 21 degrees centigrade. And we've got 14 corners tonight. No fancy track names. No fancy names at all. Just straight up 14 corners here tonight, ready to bring you all the current action. And we've got currently nearly 19 cars on track this evening as well, doing the business here, ready for this evening. So I cannot wait for this one, as always. So thank you very much for tuning in. If you are here for the first time, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bells for notifications. Or if you are watching it back, do exactly the same thing. So here we are tonight. We are in round 8. This evening, let's go and bring you a current rundown of all the championship standings. So in the overalls, this is everybody together. Pete Van Gool is currently leading the way from Charles Kellerman in second place. Elise Main in third. Craig Jones in fourth. Steve Everett in fifth. Martin Sampson down in sixth place. Pete Newman up into 7th, Roger Morton 8th, Carl Jacklett 9th, Ralph Cullinan in 10th, Jamie Ayres in 11th, Craig Crawford 12th, Andy Littler down in 13th place, Andy Maxwell 14th, Darrell Wright 15th, Daniel Hunt 16th place there. Then we have Mick Barry there in 17th, Alan Toon in 18th, Steve Hansford 19th, Dale Bennison 20th, Will Currington 21st, Darren McLean 22nd, Carl Hardy 23rd. Now Jason Morris, Roy Vivek and Mike Wortman are currently on 0, but Roy Vivek is actually here this evening as well, so it gives him a chance to score some points. Now, in the championship of the AMS, Craig Jones is currently leading the way on 1,995. Roger Morton in second, Craig Crawford in third, Andy Littler fourth, Darrell Wright in fifth, Mick Barry in sixth. Alan Toon 7th, Steve Hansford 8th, Dale Bennison 9th, and as I say, Jason Morris and Paul Lee are not here at the moment. In the pro category, we've got Pete Van Gool in first, Charles Kellerman in second, Elise Main third, Steve Everett fourth, Martin Sampson fifth, Pete Newman in sixth, Carl Jacklett in seventh, Ralph Cullinan in eighth, Jamie Ayres in ninth, Andy Maxwell 10th, Daniel Hunt in 11th, Will Currington 12th, Darren McLean 13th, Carl Hardy 14th, and Roy Vivek and Mike Wortman at the bottom there of the order. So there we go. What an absolutely banging races we had last week at the Barcelona National Circuit. Currently, race 1, race 2, and race 4, all won by Pete Newman. Every single one. So Pete doing the business. There you go. He's won 1, 2, and 4 with Steve Hefford breaking up there for race 3. But the Hungaroring, different perception altogether after last week's Barcelona National Circuit. We are on the full circuit. Current lap times are about 2 minutes 95 seconds. That's the fastest one set by Pete Newman. Now, we can have a look at the overall championship standings in the teams. Now, this is getting hot. It was a team, basically, last few weeks, Optical Red have taken the top spot. after last week. Optical Red are not in first place, and I know what the championship standings say currently, but they are not in first place. Give me 2 seconds. They're not. They are not in first place. I can tell you who it currently is, as the championship standings are here. And they are correct. So, yeah, not quite sure why they're deciding that they don't want to be. But there you go. In first place now, we've got Team Momo, who's currently on 8,751 points. Optical Red in second on 8,607, losing the lead after being in front for so long. Hello, lads. Enjoy tonight. Go, Momo. And Corsa Alan Toon. Always Alan Toon. Optical Green in third. Results Clover iRacing Team in fourth. Work Guard by Result in fifth. Pure Sims Esports in sixth place. Optical Blue in seventh. Safeguard by Result in eighth. And DOF Reality in ninth. So they are currently the championship standings, as we see Pete Van Gaal in chat. Love a good Pete Van Gaal. Yeah, welcome in, Pete. Hope you're having a fabulous evening. So there you go. Right. So let's see if we can pick up one of the guys starting on their laps here this evening. We've got Roger Morton. He is currently going round. He's just about to start his lap of the Hungaroring. So we'll follow Roger Morton round now for his first for this lap, currently on a 2:06.07. You can see first gear, right-hander, turn one. And then we're on the throttle all the way round to turn two. Here, currently looking on the inside. There's the curb. Start getting on the brakes now. Second gear. A run out now. We're going to keep our foot on the throttle. Here we go. Second up into third. Oh, slow run here. Looking for, there you go. There is currently turn four. Watching the drain on the right-hand side. That does cause you to spin as we go round a long right-hander of 5. Then we're going to come into the chicane of 6 and 7. So it's going to be hard on the brakes. Taking as much as you can on the inside down into first gear. Oh, he takes a little bit too much there. Round 8, we go left-hander, second gear, running along this track. Oh, turn 9, Roger Morton, unfortunately, overcooks it, and around we go. That's not good for Mr. Morton, as is that facing Pete Newman, facing the wrong way. So there you go, there is Steve Hefford. He's still going on track. Currently coming round in down through 12. And then we're going to go to the left-hander of 13. There we go. Round 13 we go. Ooh, he's slowed down as well. Oh, no, right in front of the optical green car and optical red. That is 66 Elise Main. The Lioness this evening there in front of car number 19, which is Andy Maxwell. These guys are teammates, they're just in different colours. So there you go. Teammates, but different colours. Optical green, optical red, and optical blue. You see these guys battling out. Probably not good as we come into the last 3 seconds of quali. All done and 3 seconds of practice, sorry. All done and dusted. There we go. Practice is over. this evening as we go through now into qualifying. Don't forget as well, guys, we do have a top 14 invert for the first race. So race 2 will be a top 14 invert. So if you don't know what an invert means, it's obviously the first place guy will go to 14th. As we see Daniel Hunt being the first car out on the grid in qualifying. So there is car number 7. Daniel Hunt from DOF Reality Sim Racing Studios. So Daniel Hunt there, own team from Team Momo. Now we've got a few newcomers on to the track tonight. There is Cesar Rizzo. He is on track. And also the welcoming home of Roy Vivek. Roy Vivek has come back in to the track this evening, and it's a really interesting one from Roy. It'll be a nice welcome back for him. So yeah, well done to Roy for joining us back in the league itself. So there you go, Roy Vivek coming back in to the into the lead this season. First time for Roy, absolutely incredible. So as we're heading off round turn 9, before we drop down the left-hander of 10, round to the right of 11, Daniel Hunt still currently leading the way here. Cesar, a.k.a. Ches. Isn't it Cesare? I'm sure that is. I'm trying to think back to the wrestler who's got the same name, and I can't remember how they pronounce it. Oh dear, but there we go. Should we just call him Ches Rizzo? That will work for me. I'm happy with that. So they're coming in to 12 minutes. These guys are only going to get about 6 laps of quali before we're going to get to the end. So Mr. Van Gaal, you need to get out on your bike a little bit. And we've got the result qualifying at the bottom there, guys, so you can keep up with all the tickers. Seeing who in when in where everybody is in qualifying, what sort of purple, obviously fastest man on circuit. Green is their fastest overall sector. Yellow means they are going slower. So Daniel Hunt, Steve Hevard, Ches Rizzo and Pete Newman. You can see them all green currently on their first flying lap here tonight. So they're obviously going to be green, aren't they, really? Keep an eye on the top of your screen. You can see we've got yellows and blues. So taking a drop week on holiday. Oh, no way. Pete Van Gaal on holiday. Where are you off to? Where are you on holiday anyway, Pete? Anywhere good? Are you on holiday anywhere nice? So there you go. We're just waiting for the first sector times to come in, and they should start coming in as they're heading round the right-hander of 14. Let's see as we get some nice times coming in. That's Martin Sampson, I believe, in front of us, if I'm not mistaken. Or is that Roy Vivek just come out and started his time off? Hunt, Hefford, is this going to be running in order? Sampson, Rizzo, Maxwell, Jacqueline. So there you go. Yeah, that is Roy Vivek, car number 14 there as well. He's currently plodding along quite nicely there. As we can see the rush of the leaders coming in behind. Roger Morton's been off track. What have you been up to, Mr. Morton? That's never good. I bet you any money he's hit the drain on the right-hand side and the car's gone to the left. Yep. There you go. Unfortunately, it did say, once you get out on the Dutch Northern Island, Amiland. Ooh, sounds very exciting. But you are sat here watching the racing with us, so you know. Hey, what can we say? Obviously, this is more exciting. Do you know what I mean? So there you go, Daniel Hunt there, currently in green. Hansford green, Vivek green, Hereford green, they're all green. Nine minutes remaining. Daniel Hunt currently the fastest man on track with a purple sector 3 as well, as he comes up racing around the last corner. Newman goes on to pole. Newman jumps Hunt on a 201.44. There from Pete Newman. To get a little bit of a tow from Rizzo in front. So it'd be interesting to see whether or not Rizzo does provide that tow again. He's obviously been off track at some point because he currently hasn't got a time on the board. Has Ches Rizzo, as we can see here with Pete Newman. Pete here currently car number 118. Left-hander of 4. Oh, careful of that drain, careful of the drain. Last thing you want to be doing is hitting that drain as we're coming into 6 and 7. Rizzo moves over, lets Newman goes through. He's towed him enough around the circuit and has decided it's time for Newman to give him a little bit of a tow. Currently on a 201.436 from Newman. Daniel Hunt on a 201.97. So the only two men into the 201s currently at the moment here on at Hungaroring. 7:18 remaining as these guys are racing down into turn 12. The right-hander, there you go, before they go round into turn 13. I think the interesting thing here is this track is not always notorious for overtaking. It's just one of them tracks that doesn't generally provide, you know, overtaking for the drivers really, because it can be somewhat a bit of a draft track, as we see Newman going yellow, green, yellow. So he's still done a 201.414, so we did a fastest sector there. So Pete Newman currently on pole position, everybody else in the pit lane at the moment. Right, Darrell Wright is still out on track. So is Elise Main from Optical Red. Currently up into 8th place. Currently 3rd in the championship. So there you go. Gutted my wheel was broken. Can't make it tonight, says Andy Littler. Oh, Andy, such a shame. What's up with your wheel? Can you get it back? That would be the question. Can you get it back going? Can you get it running? So what's the problem, Mr. Littler? So there we go with these guys. Oh, a massive run out on to the outskirts there for car number 67. That is Charles Kellerman. Oh no, Andy. Oh no, Andy. That's never good. Never good. What's the problem, Andy? I'll see if I can help you with it. Is there anything I can do right about now? That would be the question. Can I assist you? in any shape or form. I hope all the sounds are okay now, guys, as well. We've just managed, I had a bit of a request for the volume to be turned up a little bit, so that's what we have done. USB port pulling too much power. Okay, well, that's new for me. So there you go. No, can't help you with that one, mate. I'm sorry, dude. Sorry. Unfortunately, that's well without my remit. I've never heard of a USB port pulling too much power, though. Something new for me. As you see, Elise Main currently 3 yellows. Ralph Cullinan coming along. He's got Craig Jones tucked up right behind him there as well. So that is Craig in car number 29. Here is Ralph Cullinan. Oh, yellow, green, yellow. So not good. Craig Jones moves up into 10th. Currently leading of the AM Championship and currently leading on the AMs on track this evening as well. No times currently from Alan Toon, Rizzo or Roger Morton. Now I want to keep an eye on Rizzo. He must be having some wide little off track somewhere. So not doing himself any favours currently. Currently no time on the board. So there you go. Rizzo there is going to have to try and get a time going because he's normally a lot quicker. So there you go. Won't recognise the port because it's shut down. Can we not pull the USB cable and stick it in another port, Mr. Littler? Just an idea. Don't know. Is it worth a go? Maybe. Maybe. So there you go. I don't know if that will work. Try unplugging the main from the wheel, let it stand for a couple of minutes, and try USB first. There you go. Pete Vangle coming up with the ideas as well. Me personally, I've tried up a different USB port, but I don't know what your obviously computer setup is and what your computer can and cannot handle. So there you go. But I've never heard of USB having an issue. Rizzo's currently got 6 off tracks. He's definitely trying, but he's got to try and keep clean because currently he hasn't got time on the board and is currently down in 18th place. So yeah, Rizzo might want to go whistling over our heads currently, these cars here tonight. Round turn 12 we go. I got a funny feeling I'm a bit scared tonight, and the reason I'm a bit scared tonight is I'm hoping these guys can produce some overtakes that this track's not famous for as such. If you can get a good run down the start-finish straight, you might be able to have a good old toe down into toe 1. But yeah, but they really kind of it's not good. I've done a few races here, broadcast a few races, and they've not been overly great. Rizzo does put a time on the board. He goes up into 4th place, 2:02.42 for Rizzo. That puts him up into 4th place, 1.01 off our leader on the left-hand side of Pete Newman. So there's still a second back currently. The gap down at Hansford is 5.39 seconds. Now, Steve Hansford from Optical Green is never normally that far back. So it goes to show how tricky this track can be. Tried that, it's the wheel end. What did I mean? What do you mean it's the wheel end? It's the end of the wheel or the wheel's dead? Yeah. Is the wheel dead? Is that what we're taking from that? The wheel's dead. Can you get a refund? Just saying. I don't know. 48 seconds remaining, and we've got Ches Rizzo currently in 4th place. This is going around the right-hander of 9 before they drop down a little kink of 10, and then round to the right-hander of 11. So there is 10, and here comes 11. $18 seconds remaining. Oof. No real improvements. Rizzo's got sector green. He's green across the first 2 sectors. This should move him up if he can get a good run out. Daniel Hunt's probably done Rizzo a massive favour by towing him for about 2... sad times. Sad times there. Right, let's bring you up the grid for tonight's race. Pete Newman is in first, Daniel Hunt in second, Steve Ebbert first, Rizzo fourth, Sampson fifth, Maxwell sixth, Vivek in seventh, Ayres in eighth, Cullen in ninth, Main in 10th, Jacqueline in 11th, Craig Jones in 12th, Darrell Wright 13th, Charles Kellerman down in 14th place. He's not going to be happy with that. Daniel Bennison in 15th, Craig Crawford 16th, Steve Hansford 17th, Roger Morton down in 18th, and then Alan Toon down in 19th place. I can't see how Charles will be happy with that, because 14th place for Charles Kellerman is unbelievable, because it just doesn't happen. He's just had a really bad qualifying to drop him down into 14th. It's not normally that far down, but we're waiting for Vivek and Newman to get up on to the start grid. And then we will be away, ready for race 1 of the 4-race season, the 4-race evening we have currently lined up for you. So we're just waiting for our pole man. There he is. Where is Mr. Vivek? There you go, he's out on track as well. We are going to start seeing the lights come up on the board. Here we go, 3, 4, 5, green in race 1, green in race 1, and here comes that long run down into turn 1. Pete Newman still currently in front, Daniel Hunt in second, Steve Hefford third, Rizzo fourth, Sampson fifth, and then that's Vivek and Ayres behind them there. Everybody seems to have got through. Maxwell looks like he's already had an incident, but I don't believe that could be right. As we go up in the air for the JBB job, are doing it live from Hungary this evening as these guys go race around. Sampson there having a good old tussle with Vivek further back. There is Main, Jacqueline and Cullinan all locked up in a battle as these cars disappear round behind the trees. We go back down to the action with Martin Sampson and Rizzo as these guys are side by side, leaning us off round into turn 4. Sampson's got the inside line. Rizzo's going to take the outside line. There's that drain we were talking so much about with Jamie Ayres coming into play now as well. Vivek tucked down into 7th. Rizzo currently in 4th place. So keep an eye out for that battle because it is materializing nicely. Sampson, Rizzo, Ayres, Vivek, Cullinan, and Main. That is your 4 to 10 this evening here with the gaps on the left-hand side of your screen. Newman, Hunt, and Hefford are close together. There is Newman, there is Hunt as we jump on board with Newman now as we go on that run down into 12. Then we're going to go right-hander. Not my favourite circuit, this one, I'm not going to be honest. Oh, Newman guys as well, and then Daniel Hunt, Steve Hefford as well. You can see the gaggle of cars behind. Everybody seems to have got through cleanly enough currently at the moment, and then we're going to bring you up all the gainers and losers in this first part of the racetrack. No change up front. 6 is Jamie Ayres. He's gone up into 2. Cullinan up 1. Jacqueline 2. Main where she was. Jones 1. Maxwell down 6 places. Kellerman's managed to get up 1 place already right down as well. 1. Morton up 2. Toon up 1. Crawford down 3 places. So these guys absolutely doing the business here this evening. So let's keep an eye. As we can see here, the mix of flags across this series. Unbelievable action we're going to have here tonight with Newman, Hunt and Hefford. We've got the Hunt and Hefford battles setting up nicely as well. Here is Daniel Hunt as they go round 3 up the run into 4. There's been a few overtakes further back. Darrell Wright has just got past Mr. Charles Kellerman, but looking like he's got Andy Maxwell tucked right up in front of him as well. So at the back there is Craig Crawford from Optical Red. He's got to be looking at trying to come through, because at the moment, Craig Jones, the leader of the AMS, is 1 place ahead of these guys, and is currently at 3.5 seconds down the road. So Craig Jones opening up a good AM lead so far, currently here tonight in 11th place. So there is the gap. You can see it all here. Look at this midfield battle. Ralph Cullenham, Carl Jacklett and Roy Vivek. 7, 8, 9. Oh, Cullenham takes a different line from Vivek. Looks to send it out the inside. Vivek has gone wide. Vivek's gone wide. You can see him on the left-hand side. He's kept the power in, but is he going to hold the position? Or is this going to be Cullenham's? It's Cullenham's done. Vivek ran off wide. Cullenham got through. And currently Carl Jacklett there behind him. Now behind that you've got Elise Main is under attack from Craig Jones as these guys start going off around the last corner for lap 2 here tonight. So of this 10 minutes remaining on track, we've got Daniel Hunt climbing all over the back of Pete Newman as these guys are heading down into turn 1. Newman, Hunt, Hefford coming down now, left-hander of 2. You can see the kind of the draft effect that's happening, because there's a big old gap starting to materialize before Andy Maxwell, actually on the back end of Roy Vivek. Trouble is with Vivek, he's slowly dropping off the back of Craig Jones, and if he's going to do that, he's going to get himself into the battle with Andy Maxwell, Darrell Wright, Charles Kellerman, Darrell Benison. So he's got to try and look at what is other people doing. Can I follow Craig Jones's line? Because clearly Jones is quicker. Jones went across to the 2:03. Vivek went off track, so the time of 2:12 is a little bit of a pinch of salt, should we say, because you can't really take it like that at the moment in time, because that's just of the way that they are. So you have to try and keep an eye on that one. So see how that one goes along very nicely. Current interval gaps, you can see them now on the left-hand side of your screen. These are back from the person in front. And Vivek has managed to pull some time back. As we can see, Elise Main. Elise has just lost that position to Craig Jones for P9. And this is how it all materialized. There was Main. There is Jones. He tightens up this corner. Takes a bit of a different line to others. Oh, it looked like Main let him through there. More of an overtake, so Main there letting him through. Back up front though, we've got Newman and Hunt having this absolute epic battle as these guys go on the run down into turn 1. Rizzo and Hefford at the same distance apart as these cars in front. Currently on a 2:01.484 as Hunt pulls out to the right hand side of the circuit. Newman on the inside, 1:18. Hunt's trying to send it around the outside. Is he going to make this stick over the Pure Sims esports car as these guys go racing up onto 2? Hunt needs that inside line for 2 to make this really try and stick here. Rizzo and Hefford behind are having a good old ding-dong as well. There is Hefford, there is Rizzo, and currently Daniel Hunt, I believe, got the job done and is currently in P1 over Pete Newman. We've got about 8 minutes remaining, probably got about another 4, maybe 5 laps at the most. Rizzo has got to try and get his best lap past Mr. Hefford. You don't want to touch the outside drain on that corner. The outside drain is an absolute killer. Martin Sampson here under attack from Cullenham. He's dropped back a little bit from Ayres, but Ayres has dropped back a little bit from Rizzo. So it's a bit of a difficult one here because these guys are kind of battling, but they're not really making gains at the moment. The only thing they are kind of doing is slowing each other down. They've lost the draft. Ayres has lost the draft, and he's going to be pulled in to Sampson very shortly. Sampson's literally got about 0.4 seconds between currently at the moment. So he's pulled Jamie Ayres all the way back in. He's threw out his little axe. He's grabbed hold of the back of Ayres' car and he's pulled him right into him this evening. As we can see here now, what is Samson going to do as these guys head around turn 13, the left-hander of 13. Can Samson make this difference? That would be the question. Oh, Samson thinks about it before he gets back on the power. Here we go. This is going to be the run now. This is going to be the run because Samson is literally 0.2322 and closing here as these guys go down racing into turn 1. There is Jamie Ayres' car. We've got to be pulling out soon if we're going to send this up the inside. Over we go, over we go. Oh, he's been tagged. Oh, no. Martin Samson got tagged there from behind. Car number 32, that's Ralph Cullinan. Oh, Ralph. That's Samson's day done. You can see his left-hand tire is stuck. Vivek is in there as well. Alan Toon is in the pits. Poor Martin Samson. Not good for Martin Samson currently there either on track. So poor Martin Samson is out of race 1. I could use a Wreck-It Ralph pun about now, but we won't. We'll keep it nice and smooth for there as well. Car number 32, Ralph Cullinan into the back of Martin Samson. Down in turn 1, that sent Martin down out of race 1. Now Roy Vivek has gone in and Alan Toon. Both have just entered the pit lane. There doesn't seem to have been any issues with their cars, but both men have just entered the pit lane. As Daniel Hunt's got about 5 minutes remaining. We're going to have, depending on when he crosses the line, possibly 3 laps. He's got to go across the line before it says 4:02, and I think he's going to do that one very, very shortly as we're coming around the final corner here tonight. Racing down now. Vivek is back out on track. Toon is in. Vivek is back out. Toon is still in, and so is Samson. So it'd be interesting to see what happened. There is Samson, there is Toon. Toon's car doesn't look healthy, I've got to be honest. We'll have a look back through as a minute as Newman goes around the outside. Hunt can let that car run if he wishes, but he's not going to. Hunt now has got, unfortunately, Newman on the inside. This should be Newman's corner up into 2. The left-hander, so Newman's got it done there. And that's exactly the same place as Hunt did it to Newman, so he's returned the favour as these guys go racing round 3 and up now. Hunt's got the opportunity to try and do this one again if he can, but it's just trying to stay with Newman. You don't really want to jeopardise your line, but at the same time you kind of got to give it some, because at the end of the day, you know, it is all about attack, and that's what these guys really want to try and do here. Craig Jones has been off track. Alan Toon's back out on track as well. Samson, however, is not. Let's have a look and see what happened to Jones before the leaders get on to it here. This is Elise Main beside him. Eesh. Let's kind of have a look at that one on the nose of Elise Main, really. We're on the inside. Oh, we've just sent Jones round. Unfortunately for Main, we've just sent Jones round, and I believe this is going to be her incident now with Ralph Cullinan. Oh, that's 2 this evening for Ralph Cullinan. Been involved, unfortunately, in 2 incidents tonight. So there you go. We have a quick look of what happened to Alan Toon. Drain. This is coming. He's out of shape already. Poor old Alan Toon. Unfortunately, goes round all on his own. Ralph Cullinan has jumped to the pits. I believe Elise Main is still going. There she is, car number 66. All 4 wheels are turning and can carry on quite nicely. But Kellerman and Morton are having this battle down in 9th and 10th place. Morton on the left-hand side of your screen. Kellerman in the optical green colours. And that's car number 67. Morton with the bright purple wheels and roll bar in his MX5s. As these guys go racing down into turn 2. 1:47 on the clock. We're going to be on, I believe, the final lap of the race. So we'll keep an eye out. Got 1:33. They've got 2:01 lap time. And currently Newman got ahead of Daniel Hunt, which we saw, but can he hold Hunt back? That's the question. As we're going to be entering into the final lap here. Charles Kellerman still under attack from Roger Morton. Hefford still under attack from Rizzo. And we've got Newman up front. He's still under attack from Daniel Hunt, as these guys are going to be coming around, taking the last lap of the race. Here comes these guys. This is going to be Hunt's last opportunity. Round the last corner we go. We're going to be looking to try and stick the power on as early as possible if we can. As we run down now, Daniel Hunt, Pete Newman going down at it. Final lap of the race. The white flag. Barney's out and Barney's waving. Can Newman hang on to this victory this evening? And I think, to be honest, if Hunt hasn't got through there, he's not going to get through. Can't see him sending it up the inside of 2 at the moment, because that would just jeopardize everybody's races. Rizzo has passed Hefford. Rizzo got past Hefford, and I believe that's going to be down into turn 1. Here we go, Rizzo. Oh, on the right-hand side, contact with Hefford. Hefford missed his braking point, goes in far too deep. Rizzo says, thank you very much. I will take that 3rd place away from you on the inside, and he's on his way now. Hunt and Hefford not around turn 4. 10 corners left to go. Can Newman hold this? It's looking like he can. What do we reckon, chat? Can Pete Newman hold this victory to take the first victory here tonight in Heat 1? Round we go, turn 9, we've got 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 14. Rizzo still ahead of Hefford. Ayres there, a bit of a lonely race this evening. So is Carl Jacklett. Not much mentioning of them guys. Elise Main climb over the back of Steve Hansford. Currently at the moment, you see Steve, there he is, car number 57. Darrell Wright is locked in a battle with Craig Jones. Ayres and Jacklett dropped off a little bit, but here they come for race 1. Final lap. Done and dusted, and I believe it's going to be Pete Newman taking the victory in race 1. Jamie Ayres in 2nd place. And then we've got Rizzo in 3rd. So well done to Ches Rizzo. 3rd place there as he comes across the line with Hefford in 4th. Ayres comes across the line 5th. Jacklett in 6th. Maxwell takes 7th. Darrell Wright gets 8th place, just ahead of Craig Jones. Roger Morton in 9th, ahead of Charles Kellerman in 11th. Dale Bennison in 12th. Steve Hansen 13th. Elise Main 14th. Craig Crawford 15th. Roy Vivek is there in 16th. We've got Alan Toons coming across the line. He'll come across the line 1 lap down in 17th place. And there is Roy Vivek currently at the moment coming across the line here this evening. So Roy will be finishing off the order in 16th place. Hunt is going for it. Well, yeah, he definitely was on that last lap, mate. And It's a difficult one because Pete had the inside line covered down into turn 1. So there was really no option for Hunt to go anywhere. And I think that was the problem. He just couldn't make that gap on the last corner. So there you go. As Roy Vivek comes across the line. Right, Heat 1 results are up for you now, guys. Pete Newman is your victor. Daniel Hunt in second. Rizzo in third. Steve Hefford fourth. Jamie Ayres is in fifth. Jacklett in sixth. Andy Maxwell seventh. Darrell Wright eighth. Craig Jones ninth. Roger Morton 10th. Charles Kellerman in 11th place. Dale Bennison in 12th. Steve Hansen 13th. Elise Main 14th. Craig Crawford 15th. Roy Vivek 16th. Alan Toon 17th. Ralph Cullinan 18th. Martin Sampson down in 19th place there. 3 laps down. So Martin Sampson there, unfortunately, down the order in 19th, 3 laps down. Right, that brings us to the end of race 1, guys. Before we jump into race 2, we've got a little bit of a warm-up session now. So we'll sit back and just have a good old little chin wag. I'm going to pop this on a BLB screen. I'm just going to be right back. I just want to grab a quick drink. Okay, guys, I am refreshed from my getting a drink. We did have Steve Hefford in the booth. Where's he gone? Where is Steve? Oh. Okay, just about to pull Steve in for a quick chat to see how I got on with race 1, and unfortunately he's disappeared. So there you go. Well, unfortunately there for Steve Hefford. Missed the opportunity for a quick chinwag. But there you go, it's just grabbing a drink. But we're here on the warm-up section of tonight, guys. And yeah, it should be a very exciting race 2 this evening. So I cannot wait for that one. As we can see the cars racing off down into turn 1. So there you go. I believe I'm going to have a quick check a minute, but I think there is a problem with a camera. So just bear with me very, very quickly. Yes, there is. Give me 2 seconds, guys, and I'll be right back. Right, there you go. The camera is up and running again. So much love to that. However, the stream has got a little bit of a choppiness. So I'm hoping that one will resolve itself very shortly and settle itself back down again. Doesn't normally have any troubles. I believe it may have done that this time. So there we go. But it's all up and running again fabulously, so happy days. There we go. If you are here, guys, don't forget to say hi as well, and don't forget to turn on the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on the bells for notifications. Give the video a big old thumbs up this evening. That would be absolutely incredible if you can. As we can see here at the base of turn 12. Here they come around the corner, racing towards us now. So Ralph Cullinan there doing an absolute stellar job this evening. So far involved in a couple of incidents in the beginning of the first race. Elise Main there, unfortunately, was one of was involved with Ralph, unfortunately. So there you go. Currently goes fastest in practice though, but we have got about 2:23 remaining as we head down, start finishing straight. Steve Hansford currently 5th overall is leading of the AMs there, but Andy Maxwell makes his move past Ralph Cullinan as these guys go racing down into turn 2. So we've got Martin Sampson sat in the booth tonight, so we're going to pull Martin in for a quick chat. Martin, how are you, young sir?
Okay, thank you. Yourself?
Very good, mate. Very good. What more could I ask for? Race 1?
Yeah, not too good, was it?
It's a tough one, mate, because for me, you know, it looked like Ralph missed his braking point, and unfortunately, you were in front of him.
Yes.
So, you know, if we looked at it like that, it was a racing incident. But unfortunately, Ralph was involved in another one after that with Elise Main. So
yes,
it's not a good race for Ralph at the moment.
No, I think he's had a kind of a race to forget, to be honest. So
come on.
Yeah, so not brilliant today. That's why I thought I'd come in for the interview room, because I came in last week after I did well and then crashed out on the next race. So I thought, well, if I come in now after I've crashed out, maybe I'll do well on the next race. Shame I'm starting at the back of the grid.
Technically, it can't go any worse, can it?
No, exactly. That's it.
Finishing the race is an improvement on the first one.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Even if I finish where I started, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
The only downside is I got Ralph right in front of me again.
So what is your view of that then? Because as I say, it did look like he missed his braking point.
Nah, that's all it was. I think he was too close. He couldn't see his braking point. You know, I broke near enough exactly the same time as Jamie right in front of me. And then, he just missed it by slightly, or he didn't brake hard enough and all that. Yeah, so it's one of those things when you're in a close line like that with 3 or 4 cars kind of thing, it's going to happen eventually. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we've come to the end of practice, young sir. So good luck in race 2. Hope you improve and hope you get to the finishing line.
Yes, I hope so too.
Thank you. No worries, mate. Oh, there you go. Martin Sampson, to be fair, he was fairly diplomatic about the whole situation because there was people that could have been a lot worse. Do you know what I mean? So there we go. So we'll bring you up at the grid for race 2, guys. We're going to have to speed read, I think, because these guys are getting on the grid very quickly. Elise Main in first place currently at the moment. Steve Hansford second, Dal Bennison third, Charles Kellerman fourth, Roger Morton fifth, Craig Jones sixth, Darryl Wright seventh, Andy Maxwell eighth, Carl Jagglett ninth, Jamie Ayres in 10th, Steve Hefford 11th, Rizzo 12th, Daniel Hunt 13th, Newman 14th, Crawford 15th, Vivek 16th, Alan Tooten is in 17th, Cullinan 18th, Martin Sampson down in 19th place. Speed read entrepreneur. There we go, as we go across here for the beginning of this race. Whew. Do love a good speed read. Right, lights are on. First place is up for Elise Main. The lights are gone, and Elise Main is gone. The Lioness has got the jump on everybody behind and leads us down into turn 1 here. Further back, though, you can see them all across the track, 3, 4 wide, as these guys go racing down into turn 1. Jamie Ayres is locked up in the middle with Steve Hefford, Daniel Hunt, Carl Jacklett. Jacklett's on the outside. He's in a dangerous position on that run up into 2, but he's got the inside line, so hopefully he'll be able to cover off the Hefford and Ayres outside attack. Newman trying to follow Jacklett through. Hefford's been pushed out into the middle of no man's land. Unfortunately, he's got the inside for the next corner. He's got to send it hard on the inside to be able to keep that position, but we can see Jacklett here. Look at these guys absolutely storming through. Absolutely impressive action here from the UK SimRacers this evening at the Hungaroring. Jacklett, Maxwell, Ayres, Newman, and then Vivek as well. So there we go. As we can see, Steve Hefford chopped down at the order, 17th place. He kind of got bullied out, and it kind of started here, really, for Steve from Martin Sampson on the inside, and then Steve loses a bundle of places after that. There he is. He's just got, I don't know what happened, but if he got bogged down, but he's just lost an absolute ton of places and put himself down in 16th. He's got a mountain of work to do currently at the moment, Steve Hefford. So hopefully he should be able to get back up into the fray. So here is your gainers and losers on lap 1 for the 15-minute second race of this evening. Kellerman up 2, Morton 1, Wright 2, Jacklett 1, Newman, Vivek, Sampson combined 13 places between them guys already. Cullinan 3 and Hefford down 5. So Steve Hefford's got a lot of work to do there. He lost a bundle of places. Absolutely a bundle of places and dropped down the order. He lost at least 1, 2, 3, 4 places within the space of 1 or 2 corners as he goes racing down into turn 1. Elise Main is still out in front by about 0.54 of a second from Kellerman, from Hansford, from Morton, from Wright, from Bennison, from Jones. It's an AM 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So the guys from the arm section here in the middle locking out that first set of rows. And then Jamie Ayres and Carl Jacklett are 8th and 9th, and they're the next ones back. So they're going to have a lot of work to do to try and clear the guys on in front of them. Rizzo has entered the pits again. There is no reason why Rizzo should be in the pits, but Rizzo currently is in the pits. Further back, look at the optical blue guys here. Oh, Daniel Hunt's come round. Daniel Hunt's gone down the order. He's coming 3 wide. I believe that's Roy Vivek and Martin Sampson. Vivek and Hunt come together, and poor Daniel Hunt goes sliding down the order now, all the way down in 18th place. So there we go for for Daniel Hunt. But I tell you what, one man is not sitting pretty at the moment is Steve Hansford, because he's got Roger Morton climbing all over the back of him. The man in the purple roll bar, purple wheels. There's another one. There's another one. There's Jacklett. Jacklett's into the wall. Jacklett is into the wall. And we'll have a look and see what happened to him. That's Newman behind him. Oh, was there contact from Newman's nose? That would be the question. Was there contact from Pete Newman's nose on the back? Oh, Mr. Newman. Contact there from Newman on Jacklett. That's put him round now. Car number 42. Very injured looking car number 42 there with Craig Crawford. All the while, though, Elise Main's gap has gone out to about 1 second and above as it goes racing down into turn 1. Roger Morton, Darrell right behind, Steve Hansford in front, and Morton's looking at taking the inside line into 2 now. Can he make it stick? He can. Roger Morton goes up into 3rd place. Leader overall of Your Arms currently at the moment. But Pete Newman has chased down Jamie Ayres. He's got a little bit out of shape there. Ayres got a lot better run as these guys are racing out now. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys can do here tonight as they go up round 4. Watching the drain. Oh, spinner in front. No, it's going to cause a car park. That's Benison. I believe that is Dale Benison in the middle of the track, and that just put a big full stop on everybody behind. As you can see, Dale Benison there. Here he is, car number 37. Oh, coming into contact with Steve Hansford. He spins it round there as there's Newman, there's everybody else going through. And poor Dale Benison now has dropped all the way down into 18th place, having a battle with Carl Jacklett. The battle of the wounded vehicles here tonight, past the optical green, Steve Hansford. Okay, Samson said if he came and had a chat, he would have a great race. Well, let me show you. Look next to Samson's name of that green arrow, and he is up 14 positions. So, do we say he's had a great race? I would say he's had an absolutely spectacular race here tonight. Currently up 14 places, being chased down by Craig Jones. Hunt's on a 2:03.045, fastest man on the track at the moment. But on board with Martin Sampson currently. Roger Morton in front of us. There is Darrell Wright as well. Morton number 92. Wright is 84. Sampson's in the background. He's not looking pretty though from Jones, Newman and Vivek. So he's going to have to be careful. Oh, he runs in well wide. That's going to allow Jones to come and look at it coming up the inside. Sampson covers him off now. Can he hold on to this position as these guys disappear around the back of the trees? We'll bring them back into shot for you. Sampson taking the right hander currently of 5 before he goes into the chicane of 6 and 7. Rizzo currently fastest man on track, 2:02.987. Long way off anybody, unfortunately. At least a minute off the leaders. Hansford and Jacklett are locked in a battle here as well. There's Hansford, there's Jacklett, there's Benison. Can these guys hold it on track? It's kind of, unfortunately, the battle of Jacklett was tagged by Newman. Vivek has closed up now onto the back of Jones. It's literally 1.1 second. As you can see, Newman looking at trying to go up the inside of Vivek. Vivek runs wide. Newman's going to have to try and go around the outside of turn 14. Can he make it? He's not going to make it this time around as he's racing down now to start finish straight. This is the opportunity for Newman here. Can he? He's closed up enough. Jones has pulled out. Cullinan's on a 202. Hunt's on a 201. And Newman's looking at taking it inside line. Vivek's got to send it round the outside if he can to try and hold on for the inside of 2. He goes a little bit wide, takes out the DRS board. Where is he in regards to the track? Has he still got the opportunity to send it up the inside of Newman? He hasn't. Newman covers him off. And unfortunately for Newman, away he goes. Hefford and Hunt are having his battle back up the field for 10th now after Hefford went. Well, I'm not entirely sure what happened because he just bogged down and he lost 4 places this in one corner. So it was a little bit of a weird one. Vivek there still locked in with Newman, who's still locked in with Jones, who's still locked in with Sampson. Darrell Wright's 3 seconds up the road and the gap is coming down, 3.4 at the moment. Newman's just gone up the inside of Jones. He's making his way back through the field. What is Jones going to do now? Because Morton is still winning the AMS. He needs Newman to pull him forward to be able to try and get hold of the back of at least near Roger Morton. But Martin Sampson now must be looking on his relative and realizing that, oh my God, I've actually got Pete Newman behind me. So he's got to put the lap times in currently at Sampson. Sampson's last lap time 2:03.39. Newman's 2:03.14. And the gap's come down. And the gap is still coming down. You'll be able to see it on the right-hand side of your screen. It is currently out 0.9. Sampson needs to get hold of right in front. He's got 2.5 seconds gap. And he needs to close him down to be able to get in the draft. It'll help him pull away from Newman because Newman is coming. Greens across the board. Sampson 2:02. Newman 2:02, 2:03. Fastest sector time. Look at the fastest times coming across the board now. Hefford's gone faster. Ayres, Hunt, 2:02.515. Rizzo's only 30 seconds back now. He's pulled 30 seconds and he's got Crawford, Toome, Benison, Hansford, Jacklett in front of him with 4 minutes remaining. See Craig Jones now there as well. Locked in the battle with Vivek. Vivek nearly takes the inside line. Checks up poor old Ralph Cullinan. And Hunt now is trying to get involved in this one as well. There is Jones, there is Newman, there is Sampson. So Sampson's gap is 2.8 at the moment to Roger Morton and Darrell Wright, and he's got Newman half a second behind. The last thing he wants is Pete Newman, of all people, closing it down, because that has got to be the worst nightmare for a driver when you look in the mirror and you realise that it's not just anyone, it's car 118. And car 118 at the hands of Pete Newman is just an absolute beast. He is off a different planet, from a different world, from a mother from another country. Well, he's everywhere. He's just unbelievable when he gets hold of this MX5. So you see him here. It's not going to... I have full respect for Martin Sampson, but he needs to keep this clean because Newman is going to come and Newman's going to be looking at trying to go up the inside as soon as possible as these guys go round 12 into 13. The gap is 2.2 and he needs that down. He needs that down badly to get into the draft and for him to be able to pull in front of, keep in front of Newman, because at the moment, Newman's going to have that inside line. Sampson's got to be looking at pulling over to the right. Over, block the inside line because Newman's going to be looking at trying to take it. The only way round for Sampson is if he can send it round the outside of Newman at turn 1. If he doesn't manage to get round the outside of Newman at turn 1, this is going to be Newman up into 5th place, and it is already. Sampson cannot let him go. He's let him go. He's let him go. Newman's gone in a little bit wide. Sampson's cut back a little bit shorter. He's trying to keep that tight line as he's running down into turn 2. That's Newman up and dusted. Daniel Hunt has cleared. Roy Vivek. Jamie Ayres is next on his lift. Hefford's gone down. Now he's lost a position to Daniel Hunt. So poor Steve Hefford has lost a position to Daniel Hunt. Not had a good race too, is Mr. Hefford. Not sure what's happened considering his race 1 was a little bit better. So maybe we can have a chat with Steve and find out what happened for his race 2, because it's a little bit weird. He done better than that in race 1. Back up front, we have got Elise Main currently coming around turn 8. Still out in front, 1 minute 17 remaining. We're going to be on the last lap after this one. All the while being chased down by Kellerman, who's being chased down by Morton. Sampson's still within half a second though, so that's always good of Newman. But can Main hold it on the run down into turn 12? There we go, round 13. 14, Elise's got one more lap. Led from start to finish. Car number 66 from the Optical Red. Ralph Cullinan's been off track and is currently down in 12th place. White flag, white flag, white flag here now at the Hungaroring for race 2. Newman is currently a long way back out of the way. So this could be Mains to take the victory. Newman is currently 2.5 seconds back. Kellerman is only 0.3. Further second down the road is Morton, then Wright, then Newman, then Sampson. Turn 2 we go for Main. Then 3. I want to see if this is going to be held up, because Darrell right here is either going to drive defensive, or he's got to look at letting Newman go, because otherwise Newman's going to try and get him on the last lap. Here we go now. Main still in first. Second Kellerman, third Morton, fourth Wright, fifth Newman. 6th is Sampson. Sampson had an absolutely barnstorming race, currently up 13 positions. Can Newman capture Wright? Rizzo's had an incident and has unfortunately jumped down into the pits. Oh, Wright says no. Sampson's going to be looking at going up the inside. So these guys go racing above us. Here we go. This is it into 12. Can Sampson send it up the inside of 13? Not this time. But here we go. Elise Main is your victor in race 2. Kellerman in second place. Main comes across the line. Morton in an absolute fabulous third. Well done to Elise Main there. Jamie Ayres comes across the line in 9th. Vivek in 10th. Hefford in 11th. Cullen in 12th. Maxwell 13th. Sir Alan Toon comes across the line in 14th place. Ahead of his teammate Dale Bennison, who's ahead of Craig Crawford, who's ahead of Steve Hansford and Carl Jacklett. Look at poor Carl's car. It's not looking good for Carl Jacklett, is it? Main, Mr. Wartman. Welcome in, young sir. I'm speaking to you all season. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. Glad you are alive and well. But poor Carl Jacklett's car is not looking good currently. I want to have a look at what happened to Rizzo. Comes down into turn 1. Oh, I believe this could be self-in. Oh, he's just stopped. Okay. Rizzo just stopped. So let's bring you up the results of the feature race, guys, for race 2. Elise Main is in first place. Charles Kellerman in second, Roger Morton third, Darrell Wright fourth, Pete Newman fifth, Martin Sampson up 13 places into sixth place, Craig Jones seventh, Daniel Hunt eighth, Jamie Ayres ninth, Roy Vivek 10th, Steve Hefford in 11th, Ralph Cullinan 12th, Andy Maxwell 13th, Alan Toon 14th, Dale Bennison is in 15th, Craig Crawford in 16th, Steve Hansford 17th, Carl Jacklett 18th, and Ches Rizzo down in 19th place there. So, we got Roger Morton in the booth this evening. I'm going to switch over to the camera screen so I can change sessions at the same time, and I'll be back shortly. Hi, good evening, Mr. Morton.
Hello.
How are you?
Very well, you?
I'm always good, young sir, when I see you jumping into the booth to have a chat with me. Well, that was a good old race, wasn't it?
Yes, up until coming up onto the last lap, when I've just caught them all up, I had upshift problems, so I couldn't select gear properly.
Oh, no.
I was well gutted. I was right up for it and all.
Well, to be fair, you got to, the last lap.
Literally got onto the arse of Charles, and then all of a sudden I had upshift problems, and they were just revving out then, and everyone then just like, yeah, I enjoyed it up until then. Anyway, it was stressful going to that last lap to cross the line.
Yeah, I can imagine. Craig Jones has said, let's hear the excuses from Roger. in YouTube chat, young sir. I'm sure they're not excuses, are they really?
Yeah, he's just jealous.
He's just jealous. he finished in seventh, so he gave it a good go, but it didn't quite match up to the pace of the front people, did he, Craig Jones? So
No, he must be off pace today. I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah, I think there's a couple to Steve Hefford had a bit of a weird race too as well. I'd love to have a catch up with a chat with Steve and find out how he lost 4 places in one corner. But there you go. But for yourself though, yes, it was stressful. Yes, you had upshift problems, but at least it was generally smooth, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. The car was. Yeah, because I didn't really have any. I didn't practice either. I literally jumped in with 20 minutes before qualify, so I really had 20 minutes of trying to get the best of what I could find with the gears to beat corners, key points. It's just a good job. I've got a good setup that generally works on most tracks.
It
does help.
Yeah, it definitely does help. We're going into race 3 now, young sir. Do you have a plan, or are you just going to go for it and see where you end up?
Out, yeah, flat out.
Flat out.
Yeah, it's as fast as I can and pick as many as ever can off.
Well, there you go. Looking forward to seeing you climb through the field, Mr. Roger Morton. But well done on your third place, and congratulations.
Yeah, mate. As long as I beat Craig, I'm not bothered.
Well, yeah, you're going to have to go for it, mate, I think.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Give it a go.
It can be bloody quick, to be fair, at times.
Yeah, you got this, mate. You've got this. That's all that matters. You got this. All right?
Cheers, mate.
Send it.
Thank you.
Take care, buddy.
Bye.
There we go. We have got Mr. Morton now as there into third place. I want to have a chat.
Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Rizzo. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, James. How are you, young man?
Well, I'm all right. I'm confused.
Why is that?
Well, you've confused me a couple of times. What's up with the pit lane entries at the beginning?
The pit lane entries at the beginning. Why? What's confusing about it?
Okay, so why did you go into the pits in the beginning?
Oh, it was because I had a jump start, mate.
Oh no!
Yeah. I'm in the Rift, so I've got a button clutch.
Yeah.
So I put the button in, selected the gear, and I put my foot down to give it the initial revs. And the car crept forward, and I was like, "Oh no!" So I slammed on the brakes immediately. And as it went green, and I released the proper clutch, it came up with a black flag. So yeah.
Oh.
I had to. So, which is also why at the start I sort of just moved over because I'm not in the running for the league, and I didn't want to mess up anybody's positions or anything like that. So I just sort of stayed out of it basically.
Oh, okay. Because I was a little bit confused when it says Rizzo's entered the pit lane. I was like, what's up? What?
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Did you not put enough fuel in already to get through? You know what I mean? But there you go. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
But the first race was good. The first race was very good. I enjoyed that.
yeah, and then you just kind of decided at the end of the second race you were just going to go and take a break and pull over at the end of the pit lane.
Oh yeah, so I wasn't going to catch the guys in front. And I started the final lap, and I thought, well, I'm not going to catch them in front. I haven't had too much of a good second race, and I made the cardinal mistake. Last time we were speaking, I was speaking to you on your stream chat, and I said to you, I don't like to eat before a race because it keeps me on edge. And I made the fatal mistake of eating before tonight. So I thought, well, let me get off now, put a few Jamesons down my throat, calm the nerves a bit, make myself a little bit more alert, if that doesn't make alert. But who knows? We'll see how it goes, James. I'm here for the fun of it, so we'll see how it goes.
So you're now drinking and driving?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I've had enough that I wouldn't be allowed to drive a real car. But this is iRacing, and alcohol is allowed, so make the most of it.
Well, we don't condone drinking and driving, guys. There are other things you could do to try and settle the nerves. You know what I mean? That would always be a good start, you know. But
only do it in the virtual world, never in the real world.
Yeah, only in the virtual world. So what is your plan for race 3, though? Because what are you going to do, right? You're not, you know, as you say, you've not been in the championship this year. You've turned up tonight. What are you going to do if you start near the front? Are you just going to move over, or are you going to give it? What are you going to do?
Well, I'm imagining it's not going to be a full reverse. I'm going to be at the back. So, and that's, to be honest with you, I'm a racer at heart, and I love the overtake and things like that. So, I'm going to go hard, but I'm going to try and keep it as fair as possible. I know all of these guys; they know me from past seasons. We've all raced together before. And I'm just going to try and keep it clean, but I'm going to try and make my way to the front and hopefully stick it to the Momo guys, Pete Newman and Dan Hunt. Well, although Pete Newman and Dan Hunt, they've got some real pace around here. It's unbelievable.
They are incredibly quick round here at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lap times of 201s, late 201s, early 202s. It's going to be a tough one for you to kind of stick it to them, isn't it?
Well, I'm hoping they get held up by a bit of traffic, and
Okay.
if I can get into their draft and maybe get a bit of side by side action, I reckon I can hold my own against them, and maybe that's my only hope, to maybe pip them to the line, maybe on the last corner or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Hopefully make for some good commentary and viewing for your viewers.
Well, hopefully it will be, and you know, it confused us anyway because obviously going into the pits right at the beginning. So you know, what else we got? Craig Jones has put gear shifter, no practice or whatever. We just heard Roger Morton come up and said he had problems with his upshift on the last lap, and he couldn't quite do the overtake that he wanted to get up into second. So I think that's what Craig is giving you a little bit of a dig there, mate, as well, saying about your issues. But we'll ignore him. He's fine. He's sat in YouTube chat. He won't come into the booth, you see. So
okay.
you know what I mean? So there we go. But you know, have a good race 3, mate. Keep it clean.
Thank you very much.
And
Yes,
hopefully we'll see you near the front.
And I just wanted to say, James, I've been watching your streams and everything, and you're doing a fantastic job, mate. Thank you so much.
No worries, buddy. Thank you very much for that one as well. So you take care, and see the victory in race 3, Rizzo. Just send it.
I'll try.
Oh, mate, you take care. Well, there you go, guys. That is Ches Rizzo joining us at the moment. The session is up, so we will be joining that very, very shortly. And then we'll just have a brief bit of a break and a warm-up. And then we'll be back with a race 3's session. So we're going to pop onto a BRB, and we'll be right back shortly. Right, guys, we are back for race 3. We've got about 4.5 minutes left of practice currently at the moment. And as we can see, these guys are currently out on track. Steve Hefford is out on circuit for us this evening as we go around for race 3. I hope you're all well. I hope everybody is good. As I say, if you are here, please subscribe, drop a like on the video, and don't forget to turn on the bells for notifications to be the first to know when we go live every single week here for the UK SimRacers event. I had a good old chat with Jez Rizzo there. Loved that one. And Mr. Roger Morton joined us in the booth as well. So that's absolutely amazing for them guys to jump in and say hello. So there you go. Thank you so much for them ones for joining us. So we're on the roll bar of Steve Hefford currently, as we go down into turn 1. See Jamie is just coming out of the pits. So there you go. 3:45 on the clock, 2:06. Right, it's now hopefully all sorted out with the correct cameras tonight as well. So a massive shout out to the guys at TrackCams22 for supplying our cameras this evening. So much love to them here as well. Hopefully that broadcast will settle down. Not quite sure why it's all of a sudden decided that he wants to go all choppy, but I think it's settled down a little bit now, so that should be all good and dusted for you guys as well. Sorry about that. It doesn't seem to like the mid-session change. So 2 minutes on the clock. And currently we've got time on the board from Andy Maxwell, currently on a 2:06.722. So see how it all pans out tonight. And thank you so much, as I say, if you are here this evening joining us tonight. A great win for Elise, says Pete Van Gogh. Yes, it was absolutely incredible. The Lioness strikes again and gets her victory. Good in the standings, currently sitting in 3rd place at the moment. So beat all the people that are behind her. So Pete, you could be in danger of losing it here, so you know, let's see how this one pans out for you. Obviously, you know, on your holes, chilling out, enjoying yourself. That's absolutely amazing. I hope you're having a good time. And yeah, it should be interesting to see the standings after next week, because that's going to be an exciting one. Right. We'll keep an eye on Steve Hefford currently at the moment. Steve doing the business for a bit of a weird race for race 2 for Steve. It's a shame we can't get him up into the booth and have a chat with him. He's currently driving along in VR, so we're probably best not to do that. Pull him into the booth about now. Because he probably won't love me forever if I do that one. So Steve Hefford here currently set the fastest time on the board, 2:04.87, as we're coming towards the end of practice now. So we'll bring you up the session laps, because that's what we will be going through for race 3 here tonight. So it should be a good one. Should be a good one. So we normally know that race 3 is going to be a good one. It's just generally because it's one of them now. Everybody's relaxed in and ready to go, and then we go into race 4, and then race 4 can't be, well, mayhem. But it can be absolutely incredible. So stay tuned for that one. All right, be looking at bringing you up the grid very, very shortly for the next race. We have finished our practice session, so we'll wait for the grid to come up. Right, here is the grid for race 2. Andy Maxwell in first, Carl Jacklett in second, Martin Sampson third, Jamie Ayres fourth, Darrell Wright fifth, Steve Hefford sixth, Roger Morton in seventh, Rizzo in eighth, Charles Kellerman ninth, Daniel Hunt 10th, Main in 11th, Newman in 12th, Jones in 13th, Vivek in 14th, Cullinan 15th, Benison 16th, Hansford 17th, Alan Toon in 18th place, Craig Crawford in 19th. There, as we can see, a nice close-up of Andy Maxwell's car. Nice optical green, 8 laps on the board this evening, guys. Let's see how this one pans out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're green, green, green for this 8-lap race free. And it's Andy Maxwell in first. Sampson currently moved up in second place. Jacqueline in third. Ayres fourth. Hefford fifth. Rizzo is up 2 already and into 6th place. Sampson's looking to take it and trying to take the lead earlier on here. Oh, there was an engine blow. Oh no, there's been a big old crash. Further down the order, I have to have a look at this one in very, very shortly, because there was a good old few cars involved. Oh no. Elise Main has been involved in this one. Daniel Hunt blows up the engine. He goes off. Ayres goes round. There's Morton. There's Main. Main managed, it looks like Main's just checked up. Daniel Hunt did a big old engine blow, it looked like there as well, and it's dropped down the order. Jamie Ayres to kind of started it off, and Puck has joined us in chat for just in time for race 3. So Sampson currently in first. Let's bring you up them gainers and losers. Here on lap 1, Sampson up 2, Hefford up 3, Newman up 7, Rizzo 2, Kellerman 2, Jones 5, Main 2, Benison 6, Hansford 6. Wright is down 7, Ayres is 9, Morton, Hunt and Cullinan are all in the pits, and it all started off with Jamie Ayres there as well. Vivek has been involved in an incident with Alan Toon. Here is Cullinan's crash. I'm going to have a look and see what happened here. I think, ooh. So let's try that one again from Ralph Cullinan's point of view. Oh, it just kind of appears there, doesn't he, really? I think we're going to have to look back here at Roy Vivek. He's free wide with Morton, goes round. Morton goes round. Oh, no. Oh, Ralph Cullinan just appeared there. That was a little bit weird for Ralph Cullinan. Oh, Rizzo's in the pits again. What is it this time? I hope it's not another stop and go, surely. He's been in the pits about 30 seconds already. Oh, this can't be a stop and go. Not another one from Rizzo. Is he out yet? It's looking like a pit lane. It's looking like a stop and go again already for Rizzo's been in 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Still in the pits. And he's out now. He's on his way. Oh. Rizzo. As we see, Martin Sampson currently in first place. Morton, Hunt, Cullinan, and Toon all involved in that incident there as well. Cullinan just seems to reappear on track. I can guarantee now I will not get an interview with Martin Sampson anymore. Because if he has a bad race, he comes into the box. If he has a good race, he stays out of it. Because the last time he come in and had a great race, he went out and had a really bad one and crashed a car. So I'm probably guaranteed that now Mountain Sampson's coming into turn 12 and he's in the lead. He will not be back in the box again. Hefford has just cleared Andy Maxwell there as well, so keep an eye out on that one. As Maxwell goes down the order, Newman now as well has gone past Maxwell. So keep an eye out. Right, as we go racing down the start-finish straight, Martin Sampson currently leading the field. Steve Hefford in second, Newman third, Maxwell fourth, Jacklet fifth, Kellerman sixth, closely followed by Jones, Main in eighth at the moment. Trying to trace down Craig Jones. Jamie Ayres there all on his own after his spin earlier on. Steve Hansford further down the field in 11th. Roy Vivek in 12th place at the moment. Dale Bennison's in the pits. Darrell Wright is back out on track. He's in 14th. Rizzo in 15th. Toon is in 16th place. So be interested to find out what happened to Rizzo again here tonight. Is he going to tell me he's had another jump start? So there you go. Welcome in, Puck, anyway. Thank you so much for joining us. So Sampson out in first, being chased down by Hefford, chased down by Newman, who's got Maxwell behind him there as well. So hopefully these guys can make it round as we disappear behind the trees. Don't like that one. What is Maxwell going to do here? Because he's got the charging guns behind him of Hefford and Newman. Both have hit 202s. Newman's gone into the 201s. Darrell Wright has been involved in an incident with Sir Alan Toon. There is Darrell Wright. Oh, was this all? He blew up the engine. Another one engine blown, so Darrell Wright is out. Ooh, okay, don't like that. Oh, Alan Toon all on his own, unfortunately, again, just going round. Sampson still got the lead, but here come the two Tigers with Newman setting the fastest time of 2:02, 2:03. Looking up the inside. Let's have a know he's here. Poor Sampson here is under the cosh. Can he hold this position? This is going to be the question. Newman is looking at going up the inside of two. He tightens up the line. Hefford gets slightly pushed off the line round two. It's got the inside line for free as Steve Hefford. Still trying to keep Newman behind him, literally barely 10th behind at the moment. Stay off the drain. That drain is horrendous. Currently at the moment here, there is Hefford. Sampson, Hefford, Newman. This is a battle you don't want to be a part of, I tell you that much, because these guys are going to go at it at hammer and tong. On lap 4, stay tuned to see how this one materializes, guys, because trust me when I say this is nothing going to be nothing short of spectacular here tonight for race 3. Track maps up on the right hand side, you can see them coming around turn 12 now. Sampson's got to be a little bit on edge, surely. Can he hold these guys off for 4 more laps? The pressure underneath Martin Sampson at the moment is going to be unbelievable. But is this where Newman's going to make his move now? 2:02.965, fastest man across the line on lap 4. Newman's looking up the inside of Hefford now. Here we go. Hefford gets a big old slide. He's trying to look around the outside of Newman to get the inside line for 2. He needs that inside line for 2. If not, he's got to settle in behind, and he has done. Ooh. Sampson's got to be on the bike. It's got to be trying to keep these guys at bay as these guys go racing up into turn 4 on lap 5 here on the UK SimRacers MX5 night. Tuesday evening's racing. Elise Main taking the victory in race 2. Newman taking the victory in race 1. And is he going to take it in race 3 as he's passed Hefford? Next on his list is Sampson. Rizzo has gone past Benison. So Rizzo's up into 13th place currently at the moment. Main is still in 8th. Here we go. Newman's going to make the move into 12. He's going to make the move into 12. Sampson's got the inside line for 13 though, if he can just hold it out a little bit longer. Sampson did an absolute stellar job there. He held it out into turn 13. Can he hold it out into 14? He's got to look now. He's got to really position that car in a way where he cannot let Newman through whatsoever. He's got to look at taking that inside line because Newman's good on turn 1. Or Sampson's got to send it round the outside of 1 to try and keep him at bay because Hefford's coming on the inside as well. This is a possibility. He could go from 1st to 3rd here. Slots back in. Newman runs in deep. Sampson tries to take the inside line. Sampson's got him back again. He's in first. Cuts across the nose to cover the line off into 2. Hefford's on the outside of these guys. 2 wide, near enough with Newman. Can Sampson do this as they go racing up into turn 4? Tricky turn 4. Oh, Newman's got him on the inside into 5. Hefford's coming through. Sampson needs to tuck back in behind Newman because otherwise he's not going to get another shot. They're going to be hard on the brakes into the chicane for 6 and 7. Oh, this is going to be so tough. So we go on to the roof of Sampson's car now. There is Newman in front of us. So Sampson working the steering wheel below us. Got to try and stay in contact with Newman as they're coming down into 12. Oh, he seems quicker through 12. Can he keep up with him into 13 and 14? Gaps out at 0.4. Hefford's a further 0.5 back at the moment. Sampson's strong on the accelerator. Newman's even stronger as these guys go racing down now. Newman crosses the line for turn lap 7. Sampson crosses the line as well in 2nd place. Hefford in 3rd. Sampson didn't get him on the run into 1 now. He's got to be looking to trying to stay with him. So goes back out into 2, passes further down the field. Craig Jones and Carl Jacklett are side by side currently at the moment. A little bit of a contact there. Jones bullied Jacklett off that inside line. Jacklett's trying to come through around the outside of 2. Jones has got the job done and is up into 5th place. Kellerman has still got Main tucked up right behind him as well. Can Elise Main do this job, rocking the Vettel Ferrari helmet there for Elise Main? Here we go now, lap 7, coming into turn 6. Elise Main, Charles Kellerman. Oh, Jacqueline's gone round, Jones has gone round. That's given the Main 2 positions. Oh, Rizzo's been involved in his own little incident as well. Coming down into turn 1. Oh, goodbye engine. That's never good. We'll have a look at the Jacqueline Jones incident as these guys come racing into 6. Jacqueline is ahead. Jones bounces the curb. Oh, no room, no room, no room. Rizzo's now in the pits, Wright's in the pits, Morton is in the pits, Hunt's in the pits, and currently Cullinan is out there as well. Go on to the last lap of the race. This is your man, Pete Newman, currently in first place. Hefford there closing right up the back of Martin Sampson with Andy Maxwell behind him. We have got back marker of Alan Toon in 14th in front of us. I'm sure Alan will not be a problem whatsoever. Steve Hefford trying to go around the outside of Sampson into 2. Sampson comes back and has the position back again. Gets a little bit of a squirrely exit. Can he hold this for Hefford? I think Pete Newman is going to be your victor. The question is, who is going to get second place? Is it going to be Sampson? Is it going to be Hefford? Is it going to be Maxwell? Maxwell's had kind of a front row seat for this all the time because he's just sat behind these guys and watched these guys battle it out. And he's here now trying to pick up the pieces. See how hard Hefford's working that steering wheel. As these guys go racing down, coming down into turn 11. Dropping down into 12 now. Newman out in front for the Pure Sims esports team. Currently in first place. I don't think they're going to catch Alan Toon. If Alan doesn't want to go round again here, he'll be smart and just pull over and let him through. Sampson and Hefford. Newman's coming round the final corner. Pete Newman is going to be your victor. Sampson in second place. Hefford comes across the line in third there. So well done for Steve Hefford in third place. Andy Maxwell fourth. Charles Kellerman got Elise Main in right behind him in sixth. Carl Jacklett in seventh. Craig Jones in eighth. Jamie Ayres is in 9th. Roy Vivek comes across the line in 10th place. Steve Hansford here is going to come across the line in 11th. Here comes Steve now. Craig Crawford comes across the line in 12th place. There you go, Craig Crawford has finished. Here is Dale Benison. He is currently up in 13th. Up 3 on his starting position is Mr. Benison. Rizzo, Wright, Morton, Hunt and Cullinan is all in the, well, you can see it in the pits. Cullinan is currently out at the moment. So there you go. That is a marvellous end to race 3. Dale Benison comes across the line. There is Alan Toon. He will be our last man, Sir Alan Toon. I love the fact that he's got a Sir. I still think it's absolutely incredible that iRacer gave him Sir Alan Toon as a name change. I think he's done an absolute stellar job here, Sir Alan Toon. I feel like I need to call him Sir as well. It's almost like you want to call him Sir Alan Sugar. There we go. There is Mr. Toon coming around turn 12. In 13, sorry, into 14 he goes. And across the line. We'll wait for the results to come up. and then we will bring you the final finishing positions here tonight. Right, here are the results of tonight's race 3. Pete Newman in first, Martin Sampson second, Steve Hefford third, Andy Maxwell fourth, Charles Kellerman fifth, Elise Main in sixth, Carl Jacklett in seventh, Craig Jones in eighth, Jamie Ayres ninth, Roy Vivek in 10th place. Steve Hansford is down in 11th, Craig Crawford 12th, Dale Bennison 13th, Alan Toon 14th. After that is the non-finishers of Rizzo, Wright, Hunt, Cullinan and Morton in tonight's race 3. We've got Steve Hefford waiting in the booth. I will just swap over. And we'll have a quick chat. You see the schedule up on the right-hand side of your screen, guys. Don't forget we're in Zolder next week. Then Suzuka West, then the Nürburgring GP, and then we round out the season at the Silverstone National Circuit. And we're going to welcome in Mr. Steve Hefford. How are you, Steve?
Evening, James. Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Good. That was a lot better than race 2. But I got to ask, what happened in race 2? Because you went round turn 3, I think it was, or turn 4, and you'd lost 4 places.
Uh,
I just wonder, I don't know if you missed a gear or something happened, because you kind of dropped down a lot of places in race 2. It wasn't where I was expecting to see you, Mr. Hefford, I've got to be honest.
yes, there was. I think I got slowed down, or I can't remember. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, it wasn't ideal, but to be fair, made a few places back, and it was, finished decent place ish. So as long as you finish, that's the main thing, and the racing was great as well.
Race 3 was a lot better. 3rd place.
Yeah, that was fine.
Up 3 places. Couldn't keep Mr. Newman at bay. It just seems lightning quick round here this evening.
Yeah, I mean, if you make a mistake, you only ever seem to lose time. It's very rare that he makes many mistakes, and that's when you close up on, you never gain time back. You just lose it. So he is tough. And then I was coming up against Martin as well, and I had the pace on Martin, but it's a tough track to pass on, because most right-hand corners are followed by a left-hander, so it is difficult to pass. And then once Pete managed to get past, and Pete got past Martin, then Martin had the draft off Pete, so it made it ultra difficult then. But the racing was spot on as well. And then I tried to go deep on the last lap, and then as soon as I didn't, I think it was
Andy Maxwell behind you.
Maxwell, yeah, and his nose there, you know what I mean? So I couldn't even get my cup back. But that's what it's all about, good racing.
Yeah, I think I was coming down into 13, I think it was on the last lap that you went up the inside. I did say at the beginning it was a tough track to overtake. Now, every sort of series that I've been here at this circuit, it always seems to be tough. But why is it tough? I don't think the people at home, they just see a nice big wide track and they're like, well, you can do this. This is straightforward. You just go round them. But it's not so easy here, is it?
No, it's such a big track and such a wide track, loads of different lines. And like I said, most left-handers are followed by a right-hand corner. So once you get the advantage, then you lose it on the next one. Interlagos is pretty much the same. And this has a Mount Fuji feel to it as well in a couple of places.
Yeah,
the other week. Really like it. Great track.
Yeah, I can't just put my finger on why all of a sudden the track that's so, as you say, is 14 corners long, and wide enough for overtakes, doesn't seem to produce that many unless people make a mistake, or the kind of like if you're following and they've been bullied off that inside line and then 2 cars go past them. But it just seems a very very tough track to get the overtakes here for some reason.
It is. Quirky place.
Yeah, quirky. That's one way of putting it, mate. Race 4, we discussed this pretty much on a weekly basis after race 3. Are we going for this? You're just you've got to go for it, haven't you?
Yeah, you've got to do it. Yeah, you've got to do it.
You've got to do it, and you're the only, you and Jamie, the only two representatives from Momo this week, and you've taken the lead in the team championships for the first time this season. I'd like to point out, because Optical Red have been at the top. Are you looking forward in the championship? Because Elise come out and took the victory in race 2, and she's ahead of you in the championship as well. Are you setting targets now, thinking, right, I've got to beat Elise Main this week, or I've got to beat Martin Sampson to open up the gap?
Not at all. I mean, it's a long year, you know what I mean? But I think I've got this next week a race, and then I'm missing 2 weeks. So I'm going to be plummeting, you know what I mean? But then drop weeks come into play, but the drop weeks already have, but not 0 drop weeks, so yeah, the overall year-long thing to think about. I don't know. I just do it and enjoy the racing, to be honest, and the results come second. I won the overall a couple of years ago, and I'd always wanted to win it up until that point. And then once I'd done it, I think Dan was the same the other day. He said, "Done it now. I don't need to pressure myself." You know what I mean? Because it's a big ask to do. It's a full, big long year, and you've got to be there every week, and you've got to be getting the results. So now I'm just doing it for the fun, really. Just enjoy the racing. Not
even a little inkling of trying to move up the championship table. Nothing.
The results are good. Results are a bonus, you know what I mean. But it's not the main drive for me, to be fair.
Oh, I thought you were going to come out and say, "Yeah, I'm going to go." Look, at the end of the day,
I am very.
You're very competitive when you get on the track, aren't you?
We're all competitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, very, very. So it's difficult.
All right, mate. Well, the session is up. I will let you get into that now. And let's see a good race 14. Race 14,
yeah,
race 4. You take care, mate.
Take it easy.
Well, there you go, guys. The session is just loading up for race 4 this evening. Final race of the season. Now, do we think that we're not, look, they're a great bunch of guys here, and lads and ladies, and, they all say every single interview that they just love the racing. But is there not a slight hint of wanting the championship points? Because they're all racers. It's like Lewis Hamilton just said, not worried about the championship this year. Just come up because it's a great bunch of guys. Come on. We all just let him drive in. Is that true? Yeah, you come up with that, but I doubt very much that's true, Mr. Van Gaal. I'll tell you that one. We'll tell him that and see what he comes up with. But I don't know. I think at the end of the day, they've got to have a certain competitive streak, right? All the cars are coming out now. They've got the warm-up. They've all got to have a certain competitive edge to it to surely to take part. They've got to be looking at going for the victory, right? That's without a shadow of a doubt. And I think that, yes, they all love the racing. I love the racing. You know what I mean? I'm happy to turn up every Tuesday because this racing is incredible. But that slight little competitive edge. And I love race 4 because it's just the I'm going to send it attitude. And I think that's kind of the thing that keeps us going here, really, because we get up to race 4 and it's just like, let it commence, because it is absolutely incredible in race 4. So if you are here and you haven't seen race 4 yet, you're in for a treat. Right, we'll switch over into the live screen now, guys. Ready to go. Go, Momo, just send it. That's what they got to do, Mr. Van Gaal. They've got to send it. They need some Pete Van Gaal spirit. So get it down to them and get sorted out, will you, please? And tell them we need to see it all. Come on, not just a little bit. I want to see every part of it. Oh, as we see Carl Jacklett just stick it straight into the barrier there. Never good. Momo have only just got the lead championship on round 8. Didn't have it for the whole entire season. Now, that may be a surprise with some of the past results you've had. It's not been a bad season, for Momo, but you guys haven't led the team championship. And Optical Red have led it up until this point, and you've taken a lead this week. But at least Maine's victory and a consistency of finishing and finishing and finishing with, obviously, Craig Crawford. You know, Carl Jacklit's had a bit of a rough evening. So the championship, team championship for this summer is still wide open. And I think, you know, you kind of got to sit back and think, are you just really going for it because you like the people you race with? Or are you going it because you want Team Momo at the top and you want to be at the top? And I know, Mr. Van Gaal, that you want to be at the top. You can't sit there saying, I just love the racing when you're leading the championship. It doesn't work. I can't believe it. And I'm you know, maybe I'm a cynic. Maybe I just sit back and think at the end of the day, the racing and the drive to be the best is coming over, you know, coming over the fact of, like, everybody's a great bunch of guys. I don't know. Maybe, as I say, I'm being a cynic. As I see Rizzo there, set to 2:02.83. So, you know, well done to Rizzo. Be interested to see what happened to him in race 3 and whether or not he comes in and tells me that he's got another drive-through. So, yeah. See if he's going to come back into the booth and join me for a good old chinwag as we just have. I just love the racing. Get out of here, Mr. Van Gaal. It's not even true, and you know it. Not true. It can't be true. I love the racing, but doesn't mean I want to get out on track and race with all you guys, you know? It can't. I think if you're all racers, which you all are racers, there is no shadow of a doubt that you want to be at the front. None. None whatsoever. And I think your brother will agree with me as well. Puck, come and stick up for me. Help me out. So there we go. But I want to win it. Yeah, you do. You do. But I want to win it overall, but I love the racing. Okay. There we go. All right, coming in to the last minute of practice, guys, here tonight. Car's still out on track, giving it a good old go here tonight, and I do absolutely love that about the fact that you guys turn up on practice for every 10-minute session beforehand. So massive props to you guys. As well. So we are looking at coming to the end of the season already. We are at round 8. We've got 4 rounds to go. Just keep an eye out. If you're not following me on Twitter, hit me up at JamesParfittBroadcasting and keep an eye out. An announcement might be coming soon regarding next season. So there you go. Just keep a sneaky peek on the social media and see what happens. So there you go, guys. There is going to be also some revamps as well over the next week or so of JamesParfitt.co.uk. As well, I'm going to be having a good old revamp of the website and changing that. So there we go. Oh, Lease Main, very, 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 very off-tracky. So yeah, want to keep it a little bit more consistent than that one. Coming in, that is the end of practice. So we'll bring you up the grid. For race 4, final race of the season. Craig Crawford is in first, Steve Hansford second, Roy Vivek third, Jamie Ayres fourth, Craig Jones fifth, Carl Jacklett sixth, Elise Main in 7th, Charles Kellerman 8th, Andy Maxwell 9th, Steve Everett 10th, Martin Sampson 11th, Newman 12th, Benison 13th, Toon 14th, Rizzo 15th, Darrell Wright 16th, Hunt 17th, Cullinan 18th, Morton 19th. Pete, slow him down! As we can see here, guys, the lights are going to be on. We didn't even get to have a grid cam. There we go. We're away, away, away. Roy Vervaeke, Craig Crawford has got the jump and is currently out in front here tonight. As we can see, Vervaeke taking the lead. Currently, Craig Crawford going around the outside. Jamie Ayres on the inside. Then we've got Steve Hansford, Craig Jones, Main, Jacklett, Maxwell, Kellerman, Hefford, Sampson. Hefford's just gone up past. Oh, he's climbing up the order. We're going to give it this lap to settle down, guys, as well, because Martin Sampson has tucked up on the inside. And it's currently up into 11 here tonight. Rizzo's gone round. No. Poor Rizzo. Dreadful evening of racing for Ches Rizzo there. Unfortunately, he went round now, but Roy Vervaeke has got Jamie Ayres up the attack. Pete Newman's been involved in a crash, so is Steve Hefford. There is Newman. Hefford went round first. Oh, big slide. That's Jacklett. I think it started here. I can guarantee you, up into turn 4, there is a drain on the right-hand side. Jacklett's hit it. Oh, Hefford hit it. Jacklett was just innocent. Comes back, and then boom, up in the air. There is Newman. Oh. Steve Hefford hit the drain on the outside of 4. Just there, goes round, and it all just goes wrong. Look. And then Newman's round. Oh, man. That is unfortunate. Jacklett is out. Rizzo's in the pits. Newman went round in that one. Maxwell as well. Did Maxwell get caught up? Because he's coming round now. I think, if anything... Oh, he goes into the... That was a very strange one. But Newman all the way down in 15th, Hefford down in 17th. Well, they took your advice and Momo sent it, but it's all on the shoulders of Jamie Ayres. It's not a team, it's solo Momo tonight in race 4 as we're on lap 2. Oh, no, no, no. Turn 1, Ralph Cullinan tries to avoid coming down. Not turn 1, that's turn 4 as well. Kellerman. And Cullinan goes around, and now he's just got to sit and wait for everybody else. But Vervaeke, Ayres and Sampson. You're 1, 2, and then Sampson's a little bit further back currently at the moment. But there is Roy Vervaeke currently in first place. Jamie Ayres in second. Martin Sampson in third. Craig Jones fourth. Daniel Hunt's in the mix there as well. And so is driver for me, driver of the evening, the Lioness Elise Main, going about her business, consistently finishing in all 4. But unfortunately, one man who doesn't look like he's had a good race for is this man, Darrell Wright. That is Benison in front of us. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. There's Darrell right there. Unfortunately, that was Pete Newman giving him a helping hand. Right around he went. So back into the action now. Elise Main is currently in 6th place. Craig Jones in 5th. Daniel Hunt in front of us in 4th. Sampson in third. Vivek now has got overtaken by Jamie Ayres, and this is how it happened. On the run down into turn one, Jamie Ayres goes up the inside, car number 46, and sends it straight through on Vivek, and that is Ayres now for your victory, currently at the moment on lap 3 of 8. Daniel Hunt here, chasing down Sampson. Hunt needs a good race. It's not been an ideal evening of racing. Can Hunt do this? So these guys go racing down into 12 now. Lap 3 coming round to the end of 4. Final corner, Daniel Hunt still after Sampson. Sorry, Daniel Hunt, yeah, still after Sampson. Vivek's looking at making a move past Ayres. Ayres is quickest man on track, 202.489 at the moment. This goes into turn 1, he's not covered the inside line. Daniel Hunt pulls out, says thank you very much. If you're gonna leave the door open, you're gonna get burgled. And Daniel Hunt has just burgled that second place away from Martin Sampson. Can Sampson send it up the inside of 2? He's trying, but he's too far back, I believe, to get the nose all the way ahead. He gets it halfway ahead. But now that's it. Daniel Hunt has job done. Daniel Hunt up into 3rd place now. Sampson down into 4th. Craig Jones in 5th. Main in 6th. Vivek is still chasing down. Ayres up in front. Behind that, you've still got Maxwell, Hansford, Crawford, Kellerman, Hefford, Newman, Morton, Benison, Toon, Cullen and Wright. Jacklett and Rizzo are out. Martin Sampson's now under attack from Jones. They're going side by side as they're coming into 6th. Sampson's got his nose ahead now. Takes a single file line round 6. Daniel Hunt runs out on the grass a little bit wide on the exit of 7. This comes around the right-hander of 8. This is an absolutely barnstorming midfield battle here. Daniel Hunt, Martin Sampson. Tell you what though, Alan Toon's getting involved in his own scrap here with Ralph Cullinan. Alan there on by the work guard by result team. Ralph Cullinan by results clothing. Toon's gone a little bit wide. That's going to allow Cullinan through. Cullinan has taken the position from Alan Toon. Steve Hefford locked in with Kellerman, Crawford, Hansford, Newman behind him. Don't know if Newman's got any damage from that earlier incident, because that was a big one there. I'm surprised Hefford's even still going, to be honest, but he is. Jacklett was unfortunately come off worse and didn't carry on. So these guys come down to start, finish straight now. There is Hefford, Momo in yellow, Newman behind him. Kellerman in front of that. Hefford, Newman's pulled out. Let him know he's still here. Just one. Oh! That's an optical green. That's Kellerman. No, it's not. It's Hansford. Hansford blew his engine. He's not going to get out of the way. That is Steve Hansford, blown engine. However, Steve Hefford is still going. Being chased down by Pete Newman as these guys go racing through. Up into the tricky left-hander of 4. This is what caused the problem initially. Oh, careful. There's no grip on that little black drain on the right-hand side. Lap 5 of 8, guys. And we've still got Newman pressurizing Hefford. Back up front, Daniel Hunt. Still trying to open up the gap to Sampson, who's managing to stay with him. Hunt from DOF Reality Sim Racing Studios. Martin Sampson from Optical Blue. Roy Vivek from Optical Blue in front, and Jamie Ayres there from Team Momo in front of them. Let's see these guys come racing round 14 to start off our lap 6 here tonight. Ooh, Steve Hansford's gone in to the pits. Hansford's in the pits. Alan Toon has been unfortunately involved. There was Hansford's blow up. You heard it then. And I think Alan Toon just comes round and finds a green, optical green car. Oh, he takes too much actually of the inside curb. But there is Steve Hansford. Big puff of smoke from him. Be interesting to see if we can get into the cockpit. But I believe we're probably going to end up knowing what it was as we look back here from Martin Sampson's car. Looking forward to Daniel Hunt coming round turn 4. There's that drain, the black drain down the outside there causes no end of trouble. Vivek's closed back up to Ayres. Up round into 8 we go. Vivek looks fast through that section, I'm not going to lie. He's closed the gap up. Jamie Ayres ain't no slouch behind the wheel, but Roy Vivek did look a little bit quicker, but it looks slower around that bit as we're coming down into turn 12. Oh no. So Steve Hefford having an off track. Did he just run wide? He did. Did he manage to keep it going? Just about from Steve Hefford there. At least Main's dropped down to about 2 seconds, but still holding 6th place. He's got another 4-second gap up the road. Jamie Ayres looks like he's going to be sitting comfortably on this one. Sampson's still chasing down Daniel Hunt. Whether or not he's got a lap and then one more after this to see if he can actually get near him. That's going to be the interesting thing, I think, from this point of view, because Martin Sampson is, you know, he hasn't been back in the booth, and I think that's because he just didn't want to get cursed by me. But I think since he said he had a good one last week, come back into the booth and had a chat with me, and had a bad one. So he had a bad one, and since he's come back into the booth after his bad one, he's had a stellar one. So, you know, Martin Sampson doing the business there. So, yeah, so good old Martin Sampson there, loving the fact that he's basically come into the booth, and since then, he's had an absolute stellar evening of racing. So, yeah, good job, Martin Sampson. So he come in on race 1, 6th in race 2, and then in race 3, he was 2nd. So 6th in race 2, 2nd in race 3, and is now currently settling in 4th here, all because of his race 1, which was absolutely terrible. And I don't think he'll mind me telling everybody that, because it was, and he ended up out and 3 laps down. So since Sampson's not been in the booth, he's done a lot better than he would if he popped in. So, you know, hey, what can you ask for? Final lap of the race. Jamie Ayres is currently in 1st place, being chased down by Roy Vivek. Roy's not really pushing, I don't think. He's not in the championship. It's his first race of the season. Newman's just done a 2:01.997. Newman's climbing all over the back of poor Andy Maxwell at the moment. So here we go now. Jamie Ayres, there is Newman, there is Maxwell. Maxwell's knocked off a wing mirror, gave himself new aerodynamics. New aero package given to Andy Maxwell here for the MX5. Here is Jamie Ayres. Martin Sampson. In 4th place, Roy Vivek in 2nd. Final lap of the race. I think this is going to be a Jamie Ayres victory. He's just got to keep the car on track for the remaining 3 corners. Roy Vivek in 2nd. And I think this is going to be a Daniel Hunt 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's going to be under pressure from Martin Sampson. It's not. Final race this evening, race 4. Jamie Ayres takes your victory. First one of the evening from Mr. Ayres. Vivek in 2nd, Hunt 3rd, Sampson 4th, Jones in 5th. Main comes across the line in 6th, Newman 7th, Maxwell 8th, Hefford in 9th. Kellerman 10th, Morton in 11th, Cullinan 12th, Crawford in 13th. Closely followed by Dale Bennison. There in 14th place. Darrell Wright comes across the line in 15th. And Sir Alan Toon in 16th place. So there we go. That brings us to the end of race 4. And here are the results. Jamie Ayres, first victory this evening, comes across the line in 1st place. Roy Vivek in 2nd. Daniel Hunt in 3rd. Martin Sampson in 4th. Craig Jones 5th. Elise Main in 6th. Pete Newman 7th. Andy Maxwell 8th. Steve Hefford in 9th. Charles Kellerman in 10th. Roger Morton in 11th. Ralph Cullinan 12th. Craig Crawford 13th. Dale Bennison 14th. Darrell Wright 15th. Sir Alan Toon down in 16th place. Steve Hansford down in 17th, and Ches Rizzo in 18th. Clearly, the nerves didn't settle down and didn't work out. Carl Jacklett in 19th place. So there we go, guys, for another week here at the UK Sim Racers is done and dusted. And I think you've got to be honest, it's been an absolute incredible evening of racing, as it always is here tonight. So there is the schedule up on the right hand side. Don't forget, we're going off to Circuit Zolder next week, and then we're going to Suzuka West the week after. Now, I've not actually been there for racing, so that's going to be an interesting one for me. Nürburgring GP on the 23rd of August, and then the Silverstone National on the 30th. They're rounding out our season in less than 4 weeks' time. 4 weeks, that's all we've got left to go. What an incredible evening of racing as well. And cannot wait here for the next week, because it's going to be an interesting one, because obviously Zolder is it's a different type of track, and you know, it's not one that people love. I'm not going to lie. Some love it, some hate it, and others just really do not get on well with it at all. So we're going to be interested. We'll probably have a mixed bag of results that night as well. But it, again, adds to the spice of the season and gets us ready as well for the following week at Suzuka West, as we see some cars going in there. Roger Morton looking very, very battered and bruised. MX5 there as well. So there you go. Thank you so much if you have joined me tonight. It's been a great pleasure as always. being here in the booth for the UK Sim Racers Round 8 at the Hungaroring. Now, just wait, give the guys a minute or so to see if people want to jump in for a chat, and then we can go from there. See what happens if anybody fancies coming in. So thank you very much for Puck, Pete Van Gogh, Mike Wartman, Craig Jones putting his little bit into the booth as well, winding up the other drivers. Craig, they're all going to be coming for you, mate. You gotta be careful there as well. I'll tell you that much, because they are going to be coming to you and coming after you there as well. So it's not looking like we're going to get some people jumping in to the booth tonight. So there you go, guys. So much love to you, Al. Thank you so much for joining us, as always, here. And all that is left for me to say, guys, as always, take care. Have a great week. And you never know. Might see you on the track sometime. Good night.